After Kenny Pickett's ankle injury in Week 13, the Pittsburgh Steelers have a new quarterback, and it is Penn State Nittany Lion legend Trace McSorley, who is going to be added to the Pittsburgh Steelers practice squad after Kenny Pickett. It's announced today that he had an ankle sprain. He had surgery this morning to clean that up. We're going to be having the latest on Kenny Pickett's injury, as well as what this new signing of Trace McSorley, Penn State legend, means for the black and gold. But before we get into the details today, go ahead and click that subscribe button, because this is why you subscribe to the channel, guys. Breaking news coverage on the Pittsburgh Steelers every time they make a big move. They're going to be hiring a new offensive coordinator this offseason. When that happens, we're going to have you with a breaking news video. We'll actually probably go live for that one. But also, every time they make a signing, every time they make a draft pick during the 2024 NFL Draft, we're going to have you covered with breaking news coverage. So if you want to stay up to date with everything going around the Pittsburgh Steelers, make sure you click that subscribe button right now. So the latest on Kenny Pickett after suffering an ankle sprain against the Arizona Cardinals, did not return to the game. So apparently it's a pretty serious ankle sprain here that required surgery to go in there and kind of clean some stuff up. And the projected time frame for Pickett to potentially make a return is 2 to 4 weeks. Now, there's been some conflicting reports. Andrew Filipponi, for example, said that there's people inside the organization that think Kenny Pickett actually broke his ankle, but that is not what is being reported right now. What's being reported right now for Kenny Pickett is that it's just an ankle sprain. The surgery is just to clean some things up. The Steelers are not even putting him on the injured reserve, so it does seem like we will see Kenny at some point this season. But for the time being here, the Steelers have added a quarterback to their practice squad, and it is the former Penn State Nittany Lion, Trace McSorley here. Of course, he played for Penn State from 2015 to 2018. He was the starter from 2016 to 2018. He's also played for the Baltimore Ravens and the Arizona Cardinals on their 53-man rosters throughout his career. He's had some different stops along the way. He's been with the Chicago Bears. He's been with the New England Patriots as well, and he was available here. He has one career start in his NFL career with the Arizona Cardinals last season. And listen, man, the stats, I'm not going to lie, they're not good, okay? Throughout his career, McSorley, just over 50% completion percentage, guys. That is abysmal. His yards per attempt, just 5.4. And then he only has one touchdown pass to 5 interceptions in 9 games played. Like I said, he does have that one start under his belt, and that one start was very ugly for him. Only had that one start, and then they had to go a different direction because that performance was so bad. Now, coming up here, does McSorley actually have a shot to play for the Pittsburgh Steelers moving forward with Kenny Pickett out for at least the next couple of weeks? I'm going to answer that question for you guys here in just a second. But first, check out our friends at Prize Picks today by going to prizepicks.com/CLNS and use our code CLNS for a first deposit match up to $100 today. If you're looking for a way to spice up your game days this NFL season, you can get started with Prize Picks today. And what Prize Picks is that it's a skill-based, real money daily fantasy sports game. And if you're wondering how that works, here's how. You pick 2 to 6 players. If they'll go for more or less than their Prize Picks projection, you can win up to 25 times your money on any entry. So tonight, my entry for the Monday Night Football game between the Cincinnati Bengals and the Jacksonville Jaguars, I got the less on Jake Browning passing yards. I think he's going to get less than 218.5. And then also I got the more on Travis Etienne. He's been absolutely one of the best running backs in the National Football League here, so I think he gets more than 67.5 rushing yards. You can get your picks in before Monday Night Football tonight by checking us out right now at prizepicks.com/CLNS and use our code CLNS for the first deposit match up to $100 today. With Prize Picks, it takes less than 60 seconds to make your picks. So get started right now. Get your picks in before Monday Night Football, and definitely get your picks in before Thursday Night Football when the Steelers play the Patriots later this week. Go to prizepicks.com/CLNS and use our code CLNS for a first deposit match up to $100. That's code CLNS at prizepicks.com/CLNS for a deposit match up to $100 today. Now, my take on this signing is that it's probably going to be inconsequential for the Pittsburgh Steelers. I highly doubt Trace McSorley actually finds his way on the football field as the starting quarterback for the Pittsburgh Steelers over these next couple of weeks. He's going to have to learn the entire playbook. And then also another thing that needs to happen is that both Mitch Trubisky and Mason Rudolph both need to really play terribly in order to give McSorley a shot at the starting position, with Pickett still out of the lineup. And really moving forward, I know that there's some people, some advocates out there that say we should start Mason Rudolph. But that's not going to happen, guys. All right, Mike Tomlin has already said multiple times that Mitch Trubisky will be the starting quarterback, at least for now, and at least for this week's game against the New England Patriots, plain and simply because he's more prepared for the job at this point. He's had more time with the first-team offense. He's had more time in a preparation role as the first backup quarterback. Mason Rudolph at this point, you can make an argument maybe that he's the more talented, the better overall quarterback, but he's played with the scout team. He's practiced with the scout team all season. He's never really played with the first-team offense. He has little to no chemistry with the players on the first-team offense at this point, and to be thrown into a starting role, I just don't think is the right call for the Pittsburgh Steelers. It has to be Mitch. I know that he's had some issues with turning the football over this year. I mean, you look at just the last two seasons, his interception percentage is at 3.1%, which would be 34th in the National Football League if it was just this season as a full-time starter. And obviously, that is way too high. One of the good things about Kenny Pickett, and one of the big reasons why, even when he was struggling, especially after that game against the Browns, when everybody was saying, let's bench Kenny Pickett, I was like, no, you got to play Pickett because his interception percentage is actually really good. It's 6th in the National Football League to this point. If there's anything that Kenny Pickett does well, it's protecting the football and giving the defense and the run game a chance to win us football games here in Pittsburgh. But Mitchell Trubisky is the type of guy that can throw 3 interceptions in a game. He's had multiple 3-interception games in his time in Pittsburgh. So even though he is still the best option, there's definitely a risk that, especially against a good defense like the New England Patriots, I know that their record stinks, but their defense is actually starting to figure things out. Kyle Duggar is a really, really good safety. They got some really good secondary pieces, and Bill Belichick is one of the best defensive coaches at scheming things up. I am a little bit worried about Mitch Trubisky moving forward. And if he stinks and over the next couple of games he's really terrible and then Mason's not much better, only then is Trace McSorley going to even sniff the field for the Pittsburgh Steelers this year. So and how likely is that? I don't think very likely at this point. I think Kenny Pickett would hopefully be back, hopefully over the next 3 to 4 weeks, at least until that season finale against the Baltimore Ravens. And really the season could go down to that final matchup there in Baltimore. So you hope to have Kenny for that season finale. And over this next 4-week stretch or so, I really don't see McSorley elevating up this depth chart enough to where he's going to be playing. He's a Pennsylvania quarterback legend, but I don't think his legend is going to continue here with the Pittsburgh Steelers. As we showed you, the stats are pretty abysmal. Now let me know down there in the comments section, what do you guys think? Do you think Trace McSorley plays for the Pittsburgh Steelers this season? Just give me a yes or give me a no down there in the comments section to let me know what you guys think. Thank you guys so much for watching today's breaking news edition of Steelers Talk. We're going to have another video for you guys tomorrow, so make sure you click that subscribe button for more Steelers breaking news coverage throughout the season, throughout the offseason, and then also we've got in-depth daily coverage for free on the Pittsburgh Steelers here on YouTube. Thank you guys so much for all of your support. Make sure you click that subscribe button. Until next time, here we go, Steelers.